Back in May, Emily and I took a trip to London, Victoria to visit the WhizzKidz headquarters and to interview and speak to a number of members of staff there about what it is they do, why they chose to work there, and why WhizzKidz as a charity is so important. As teenagers, our independence is so important to us. Being able to go into town and see your friends, being able to get yourself to and from school is something we can take so easily for granted, and something that a lot of people don't have the pleasure to be able to do. There are a number of children out there who don't have such a luxury and who are confined to certain areas and certain places simply because there isn't a wheelchair ramp and there isn't a disabled exit. And we need to understand that that's not right.
People with mobility issues aren't any different. They might not, their legs might work differently or their arms might work differently, but actually they're able to do, and often more than some of us are able to do. And I think it's breaking down that barrier of they're different from us. Actually, we're all the same. We might look different, but we're all the same, and we can all achieve amazing things if we really kind of put our hearts and minds. The focus and vision of the charity is basically to reach every young person that needs support with a disability. And I think it's a really good aspirational goal, because it makes me think every time I'm out of the office and I'm with somebody, do they know somebody that needs our support? Is there a child? Every time I'm at school, is there somebody here in the school that needs support, or do they know somebody? And I think that's how we reach people. The wheelchairs that people would be provided with on the NHS are quite basic in lots of occasions, and also that they cost an awful lot of money, so the NHS will often not be able to provide that wheelchair. We have a team of therapists that are employed by WhizzKidz, and their role is to go out and work with the young people to figure out exactly what it is that's going to get them the best quality of life that they can have and best mobility.
As soon as you spend time with some of our young ambassadors, you realise that they are just young people like you. They're just teenagers going about their lives and trying to build a really bright and exciting future for themselves. We are working with companies to help them create a culture and a business which is open to welcoming disabled talent. So one of the fantastic things our corporate partnerships do is provide work placements for young people, or put on events that young people can come to and speak at, which is a great opportunity for them to develop their skills and to really get something out of our work with these businesses.
When I look back at me at school, I just wanted to partake in things and do things and grow as a person, and just to get out there, and by having our camps and our wheelchair training, and to be able to provide these wheelchairs gives our young people the opportunity to do those things that I would have done.
But it makes such a difference. It really does give them the independence. You know, so many people will ask, "Oh, I just need that power wheelchair just to get me around high schools, around university," or like give them so much more access and so much more independence. So having the right equipment is really important. Otherwise, they're going to be uncomfortable. You know, if they have a really heavy manual wheelchair, it means that they have to get someone to like push them around school. And obviously, if you're a teenager, the last thing you want to do is have an attendant with you. You want to have a lightweight manual wheelchair that you can go and access and hang around with all your friends.
A few weeks ago, somebody was waiting for a bus, and basically the bus came up, and the driver said to one of our young people, "I don't have time to put the ramp down to let you on the bus, so I'm going to leave you here," and drove off. And that's a story that we hear a lot, and I think that's where actually you guys could help us make a massive difference.
Everyone means really well, but there are little things that people do that make young disabled people feel patronised or treated differently from others. So it's just those really little things like talk to the young person, not to their carer or their parent, because they can hear you and interact with you, and you know, don't be over familiar, don't assume that they need your help if they haven't asked for it. Just little things like that which make a massive difference to young people.
If I can give them any advice, is maybe put them, when you're going about the school, maybe just put yourself in their perspective to say, how would you get from one class to another if you're in a wheelchair, if you couldn't use the steps, if you had to open all these doors and they weren't self-assisted. Just try and put yourself in their shoes and just see, because I think there needs to be it doesn't need to, it comes from everybody to kind of come together and make stuff more accessible.
Go out and raise some money.